Max and D, both of you guys. I know it's hard right now in this moment to kind of grasp it all, but when you look back at this team, what are you going to remember about the character and resiliency that you guys displayed just all season long?
Yeah, I think that's the best thing about being a part of a football team, and especially this one. I mean, long past this time, we're probably not going to remember the wins and losses or stuff like that, but we're going to remember the men in that locker room, the guys that we got to grow up with, that we learn more about. When stuff got tough and things kind of got hard, you saw what type of men that we got in our locker room that continue to fight, believe. It's such a fun group to go to work with. It's the little stuff that you got to remember about this season. Probably less about the wins and losses, but what great men we got.
While it was a night to forget, it was certainly a season to remember. They tied their program record with 13 wins, just a year removed from going 5-7. Led by Max Duggan, their Fiesta Bowl win over Michigan marks the first playoff victory by a Big 12 team. Guys, let's talk Max Duggan and TCU on the year, because again, there wasn't anybody outside that locker room in Fort Worth that thought this was possible. And I think it's a little even cliche to think that that's true.
Yeah.
Didn't start as a starting quarterback, leads into this moment, put TCU season in perspective with Max Duggan.
And we talked about all day long the teams that had the same odds to get there.
Yeah.
The Florida State's, Auburn, teams that had the same odds to get to this point that didn't even come close. So what TCU did, as bad as this moment right now feels, hopefully does not diminish how great they were all season long. And it took a while for people to start to give them credit and respect what they were doing, their ability to come back and win football games. And to be the first Big 12 team to win a playoff game, that means something. And that means they belonged in this situation. They earned their way in.
Think about how hard it was. They were 5-7 a year ago.
Yeah.
Right? You get this brand new head coach coming in. Nobody knows really
You
who he
lose
is.
Zach Evans in the portal.
There's no familiarity. You're a coaching staff. You're trying to build trust with your players, find out what everybody can do. But I think Max Duggan was key, because when he took over, he was a guy that was already established in that locker room and a guy that everybody respected. And he really made plays early in the year, and he helped them come back. Remember, 5 games they won where they were trailing in the second half. They played with their hair on fire against Michigan. No one expected them to win that football game. And you look ahead to next year, Chandler Morris, the guy that was supposed to be the starter this year, he's back. They're hitting the transfer portal. 3 very talented guys from Bama coming in. It'll be interesting to see. The Big 12 is going to look a lot different next year, right? BYU, UCF,
Houston.
Cincinnati, Houston. But this is a TCU team that I think can continue to compete and give themselves an opportunity.
Again, great season for Sonny Dykes. They ran into the best team in the country tonight, who finished 15-0. And one of the things with the Georgia Bulldogs we said coming into this game, could they bounce